Hello YouTubers! In this video we're going to be going through LeetCode problem 125, which is valid palindrome. So valid palindrome is a phrase if, after converting all uppercase letters into lowercase letters and removing all non-alphanumeric characters, it reads the same forward and backward. Alphanumeric characters include letters and numbers. So given a string S, return true if it is a palindrome or false otherwise. Alright, so in this case, example 1 here, a man, a plan, a canal, Panama. That is actually true, because if they show down here, they removed all the commas, colons, spaces, whatever, and it reads the same forward as backwards. So this A here is the same as the A here, and the M, same as the M, and so on and so forth. Example 2, race a car. That is not a palindrome. Race car is a palindrome, but race a car is not. Because when you get the first 3 letters are the same as the last 3 letters, but then you get to E and A, and those are not the same. And then an empty string apparently is a palindrome because it reads the same forward and back. I don't know how you read an empty string, but I'm not going to wrap my brain around that right now. I did have this problem in an interview once, but needless to say, I did not get the job. But that's another story for another time. All right. So to code this, so we're going to return a Boolean, true or false, and we're going to pass in the string. So now we're going to spice up this for statement a little bit. And so we have int I equals 0, but then j is going to be s dot length minus 1, and we do minus 1 because of arrays are zero-based indexing. And so I will represent the first character, which will be, using this as an example, will be the I, and j will be the e, and then we'll increment I and decrement j. So the next time it'll be s, and then j will move in 1 to the m. And we want to make sure I is less than j. We don't overlap. So character has a method is letter or digit. And so we're going to compare the character I to make sure it's a digit. And if it isn't, which the exclamation point in the beginning here tells us we want the exact opposite of what this returns. So basically this reads, well, I is less than j and the character is not a letter or digit, then we're going to increment I and just basically move to the next character. Now we're going to do the same thing with j, but in this case we're going to decrement j, so it'll move past the space or the colon or whatever character that is not a letter or a digit. And then we're just going to compare. So if the character, and we're going to lowercase it, s char at I is not equal to character 2 lowercase s char at j. If it's not equal, then we're just going to return false. So we're just going to keep comparing all the way down, to the last 2 letters, or last 2 characters. And then we're going to return true if that passes. And that ends the method. All right, let's debug her. All right, so I picked race a car. And I was going to pick that first one, a man, a plan, a canal, Panama, but it's just way too long. Too many loops. All right, so we're going to start here. And we're comparing 0 against 9. So we're going to compare the R against the R. And it looks like R is a character, J is a character, R is a character for I, and R is a character for J. And they are equal, so it's not going to return false. Now we're going to move on. See, we incremented I and decremented J. And so now we're going to compare the A to the A. And passes those checks. And that check as well. Now we're on to the C and the C. And that has also passed. Now trouble is a brewing, because now we're going to compare 3, 0, 1, 2. We're going to compare the E to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a space. So, but we're going to get rid of the spaces. So you see J was 6 and now it's 5. But this is, we're comparing the E to the A, which that is not, those two letters obviously aren't the same, and so it returns false, which is the result that we're looking for. Let's run this through LeetCode here. Let's see what we get. A man, a plan, a canal, Panama passes. It is true. And then we'll submit this. Faster than 98.56 and uses less memory than 92.84. Those are pretty good numbers. I'm going to leave it at that. So the last thing we'll do is go through the space and time complexity. So time complexity is O of n. There's one loop, basically to go through the palindrome, taking the first letter and comparing it to the last. O of n. And then O of 1 for the space. We're passing in one palindrome and we don't create anything, we don't need any extra space, so that's just O of 1. And that's it. This might be my shortest video yet, but thanks you again for watching. Good luck on the interviews, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and we'll see you next time.